Alison, the online piano and the online violin tutor. In today's lesson I'm just going to be very quickly explaining double stopping on the violin, or triple stopping, quadruple stopping, which you may have heard of, and harmonics as well. So let's get started. Basically, double stopping is where you're playing on two strings at the same time. A lot of people get quite phased with double stopping when they see it in the music, and they hate doing double stopping, but honestly it's something, if you can get hold of doing it very soon in your violin learning, then of course when you come to the much advanced levels you won't be afraid of doing it. I always used to hate doing double stopping when I was younger and when I was learning, just simply because I found it so difficult to do, and obviously the more advanced you get, the more difficult it is, and double stopping does become very difficult when you get to the more advanced levels. At the moment you will have been just playing one string at any one time. You might actually have caught a few strings when you've been playing by accident, but now we're actually going to be doing that on purpose. So very simply, in the simplest form, double stopping is playing two strings or two notes at the same time. I could just play the A string and the E string at the same time, and that would be considered double stopping because I'm playing an A and an E note at the same time. That's very simple to do. The problem comes when we start putting fingerings into it as well, because that's obviously a lot harder, because sometimes you're having to put fingers in different positions. This would be quadruple stopping, which I'm going to demonstrate in just a second, because I'm playing obviously four strings at the same time. Now, because of the way the strings are angled on the violin, I can't simply play the four notes exactly at the same time, but what I would tend to do is drag the bow across. So I play them all at sort of one after the other. Another way of doing double stopping as well, especially if I'm doing four notes, is if I were to play the bottom two strings and then the top two strings. So it would be something like this. So that would be quadruple stopping because I'm playing four notes at the same time. If I was only playing three notes at the same time, so I missed out the bottom string there, and I just played the top three, the E string, the A string and the D string. So that's just another example of double stopping. That just, like I say, it does get a little bit complicated, but in its simplest form it is just playing two strings at any one time. I'm going to be going on to talking about harmonics now. There's two different types of harmonics. You've got sort of natural harmonics or artificial or sometimes false harmonics. Your natural harmonics are basically where they're found naturally on the violin. So it would be, how to play a harmonic would be if you were to lightly rest your finger so that you're not pushing down onto the string. So you don't want to be pushing down hard onto the string, you just want to be gently resting it on top of the string. So harmonics, in order for them to work, you have to have your fingers in exactly the right place. So that was a natural harmonic. This would be the note pushed down. So it has the same sound, but just maybe a little bit thicker and fuller. If I were just to lightly hover my finger over the string, so I don't know if you can hear the difference there. It sounds a little bit thinner, a little bit more airier. Just because I'm not putting my finger fully down onto the string. So in order for these to work, you have to have your fingers in exactly the right place. If it wasn't, you would get that sound. So if as I start to move my finger out of the position of the correct note, then I don't get anything from it. I can get a note, but I can't get a harmonic because it doesn't exist there. If you've got a nice instrument, if you've got a nice good quality violin, you'll find more harmonics, and they'll be better to find. If you've got a cheaper, more student quality violin, they might be a little bit harder to find on the violin, just simply because it's just not quite sort of made as well. So just experiment with harmonics and things. You'll know when you've seen a harmonic, but because above a note it'll have a little circle, like a little mini O, if you like, and that tells you it's a harmonic. So the other type of harmonic is a false or artificial harmonic, and that's basically where I'm falsifying a harmonic. So for example, if I were to put my first finger down, sorry if I'm a bit out of shot, if I were to put my first finger down on the D string, and I hovered my third finger over the D string, I'm trying to get my fingers out of the way, but again, lightly pressed it. So I'm pushing my first finger down properly into the note, but I'm going to hover my third finger above to create a harmonic at the same time. So again, they've got to be in the right place for it. So I'm hovering these two to create a harmonic. I'm not pushing them down onto the string. I'm just sort of very, very lightly touching them whilst this one is pushed against the string. So it does give a harmonic. So it does give you a harmonic sound, but it's a false harmonic, because if I took my first finger away, it wouldn't be a harmonic. So it only is a harmonic because my first finger has been pushed down. So again, you should recognise them on the music because it will kind of look like double stopping. You'll see two notes. You'll have they'll be sort of in a, they'll kind of look like minims, and they'll be kind of, instead of the note being round, they'll be in a kind of diamond shape. But I mean, you can ask your teacher what they mean if you're having lessons or not. Or it generally means that the bottom note would be the one that you would press your finger down fully, just as you see it, and the top note you would just hover, or slightly sort of, I say hover, but you are actually pressing the string, just hovering slightly over it, but not pressing it fully into the fingerboard, and that will give you a harmonic, and that's your artificial harmonic. So I do hope that I've explained that for you. Again, it's a very difficult subject to kind of explain to camera. It's obviously easier in one-to-one, but if there's anything that you didn't quite understand, then leave a comment in the box underneath it, and I'll get back to you and hopefully help you as soon as I can. So please do have a look at my other videos. I've got lots of other good stuff on the violin, and I'll see you next time.